Hello, this is Stephen, live from wonderful Wiltshire, England. I'm just keeping one eye out on the YouTube channel because today we're live on the OneStream Live YouTube channel. If you're watching live, thank you very much. Please do comment. That just reminds me that I need to connect the chat. And okay, and I need to turn the sound down on my mobile phone because I'm live on the mobile. Okay, welcome. And thank you for watching. And if you're watching the replay, welcome. I'm going to, in the first couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about during this live video. And let's start off with the show card. Now, I'm going to, first of all, describe how I create this broadcast, because a lot of the elements of doing this are included in our agenda today. This is on the OneStream Live YouTube channel. This is Grow Your Live Stream Audience Fast. And you're watching me. Okay, now, basically, there's a lot of planning actually goes into this broadcast. The card, which I've just shown you, first of all, we need a title and a description for the broadcast. So that's what you can see on screen now. You can see the title, which is Explode Your Live Stream Audience, Pro Tips and Strategies. Now, as far as pro tips are concerned, I'm very fortunate. I've been broadcasting live for 9 years now. And the first element in getting ready for a live broadcast is the show card, which is designed by OneStream Live. Their graphics capabilities are far in advance of mine, which means that we get an eye-catching graphic. And whenever you're broadcasting live, you need a graphic. Now, you can design your own. You can use Canva, or if you're lucky, you can actually have somebody do it for you. And that can either be the organization you're working with or for, or you can actually get somebody else to design it. The card is important in terms of attracting an audience, because what happens is, as soon as I get this card, I create the broadcast that you're watching now with the card itself, the description and the title. And you'll notice that the two titles are slightly different. Yeah. And this is on purpose to attract people. Now, just creating the broadcast on YouTube will mean that the audience will be people who've subscribed to the OneStream Live YouTube channel, because they will get notified if they've requested it when I go live. So that's port one. The second thing is, unless you do more marketing before the broadcast, then that's what you're reliant on. Reliant on the subscribers to the YouTube channel or subscribers to the Facebook page. Depends where you're broadcasting. We'll talk about that later. But in this case, what I do is I take the show card, take some of the text, and a couple of days before I'm going to go live, promote it on my Facebook profile and on my Facebook pages and on Twitter and on Instagram and on Threads as well. In fact, everywhere that I can, I actually put this out in advance of the broadcast to give people notice so they can set aside time. It is very important when you're actually creating a broadcast to let people know when you're going live. I see a lot of posts where you've got the card, you've got the text, and you've got the link, but it doesn't say when. So people don't know. Be specific. The more information you give people, the better the chance is. And we're going to come on to this later. But you need a meaningful title and a meaningful description, because that's all people have got to go on before you go live. Once you're live, you can tell your stories, but before you're live. So all of that is done. Now, at this stage, I promoted the broadcast on my social media, and it's been promoted on OneStream Live social media in the OneStream Live Facebook group, because it's a great support group for everybody who uses OneStream Live. And you can get your questions answered in there. But then the next stage is that I've got to get this broadcast ready. In other words, I've got the title, I've got a description, but then I have to put together a credible agenda. which is what I've got next. So let's take a look at today's agenda. I'm going to add it to the stream, replace the one that's next to me. There's the agenda. I'm going to put it full screen. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, and I just need to switch things around so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, now at various points during this live broadcast, if you've got questions, please do ask. I'm just about to say hello and welcome everyone to the broadcast. Let me type in. Okay, one thing I love about live streaming is when mistakes happen. And there you are. I've just said hello, and interaction is key. As people come along and watch this broadcast live, I will respond to all comments that are actually made on the YouTube channel. So if you're watching live now, thank you very much. And all you need to do is just say hello, and we're closing a tab there. So we're all good to go. And I'm going to take that off screen. I'm going to be showing you during this live broadcast all the facets of OneStream Live and why I use this mainly to broadcast. Okay, so with my new reading glasses, I'm going to take you through what we're going to be talking about today. The introduction is what we're doing now. Then we're going to talk about understanding your audience, which is key. You want people who are interested in the topics and stories that you're telling when you actually go live. Okay, you want to know who is going to be involved, not necessarily by name, but certainly by interests. The next thing is optimize your content. I've already started talking about that, but getting the content right is key. People will watch live video providing the content is relevant to them. So you've got to have worked out who your audience are, target the correct audience, market in the correct groups, let people know in advance, and get the content which they expect. Okay, so today, watching this broadcast, you're looking for hints, tips, and tricks about how to explode your audience when you're live. And that's what we're going to go through. Improving your technical setup. Now, when you start off broadcasting, you can use the camera and microphone on your PC or Mac. That's a good place to start. And until you actually get bitten by the live video bug, you can stay there. And then as soon as you're enjoying it, and it is key. I'm going to come to my first major point here, which is not in my script. And that is, if you want to be successful at live broadcasting, you should enjoy it. Okay, you should look forward to going live. I look forward to 10 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday, 3 p.m. in the UK, because I'm going live on the OneStream Live YouTube channel. And I enjoy doing so. And I look forward to it. And it's part of my week. It's a focus. And I'm ready for it. I'm up for it. I've prepared for it. Yeah, it's important. It's important that basically what we're actually doing is telling our stories. And we're doing that coherently and convincingly. And you've got to be in the mood to actually do it. Now, the broadcasting system, I'm going to sort of be honest here and say the broadcasting system is important. The system you can use OBS, which is free. But if you want basically a situation where everything is done for you, OBS is a do-it-yourself system, and there's a learning curve. With OneStream Live, learning curve is very small, and there's a Udemy course which I wrote, which is available to actually help you. So I'm going to say, and I'm going to talk about later, OneStream Live as being the broadcasting system. But you want something that you're familiar with and that you know how to control. Right, we talked earlier about optimizing the stream titles. So you can see the stream title for this is designed to actually attract attention, and there's a separate title on the card which basically is more succinct and to the point, but it's also on exactly the same topic. Okay, now optimize your stream titles. So remember that. I'm going to come back to it. Promote your streams. I've told you what I do. I know when I'm going live. I'm going to go live at 10 a.m. Eastern on a Wednesday, and I promote the show 2 or 3 days before on my social media. So it's on my profile on Facebook. It's on my pages on Facebook as well. It's in the groups on Facebook as well. So everywhere, to let people know that I'm actually going to go live. Promoting is key. You have to promote. Once you're live, you have to engage your audience. What people are coming for. This is not TV. Live broadcasting is not TV, because you can sit and watch TV and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to get involved. The difference with live streaming, where live streaming comes into its own, is the interaction that can take place whilst you're live. When I'm live on Amazon.com, I interact with the audience who start off actually coming to buy something from Amazon.com, and then, okay, comments. I'll come to the comments in a moment. Thank you. They start off sort of looking for a particular product, and they come to my page to find out more about it. And then we get chatting. And talking of chatting, I'm very grateful to have the comment coming in. And let's bring the comment on screen. And it's from KJD Photography. Hello and welcome to this live broadcast on the OneStream Live channel. And he's saying we use an ATM Mini Pro on the RTMP on OneStream Live. Well, two things. I've heard good reports of the ATM Mini, and well, thank you for using OneStream Live. And if you need anything at any time, then just let me know. But there you are. Great recommendation. Thank you very much, KJD. Thank you. Okay, so the comments are working, but the interaction is key. And basically, if you get a comment coming into your studio, feature it on screen and talk. You've got to talk about it, talk to the people, get to know the people. The thing is, this is an opportunity to network virtually with people from around the world. KJD, whereabouts are you based? Just out of curiosity. I'm based in wonderful Wiltshire in England, but if you could let me know where you're based, that would be great. Let's go back here. Okay, so engage with your audience. And that was a brilliant example from KJD, who actually commented whilst I'm live. And I want to say a big thank you for that. Okay, engaging. The other thing is that once this broadcast has finished, basically that's when the activity starts. After the broadcast itself is people who've got watch live, but the whole thing about live video is that this is being recorded. And oh, wonderful. Hello. And KJD are actually in South Africa, in Johannesburg. I've got friends not in South Africa, not in Johannesburg, but in Cape Town. At least one, and that's Brigetti Limbanda, who's based in Cape Town, and we've been broadcasting together for the last 8 years. So great part of the world to be, and thank you for letting me know. Okay, I'll leave it on for a second or two, because basically this is an opportunity for me to promote you, as well as promoting me and promoting you at the same time. But after this broadcast, because I'm on OneStream Live and KJD are on OneStream Live as well, what I can do is take the recording, because the recording is stored on the OneStream Live site, and check the watch, at 2 p.m. Eastern today, this broadcast will be rebroadcast as live on 14 different channels. My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, in fact, wherever I can broadcast it. And I will be, because of the live chat function on OneStream Live, I will be sat here whilst the video is playing, and I can respond to comments whilst I'm live, watching the recording. Yeah, so you can interact with your audience on the replay, and that's important as well, because if people are watching the replay, because I always put underneath, this show originally was broadcast on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, so that people know, but I actually am physically there answering comments and making comments during the replay. Okay, so after the show, there is activity. There is basically, you've got the ability to replay the whole show. And in addition to that, you can download the broadcast and then you can cut it into, let's come this way, you can cut it into snippets. Yeah. So you can take parts of the broadcast where you make a particular point and you can create a snippet. Yeah. A clip. You can create clips and you can use those clips on social media to basically advertise the replay of this broadcast and lead into the next broadcast. Taking clips, going live is the best way to create content that there is. And if you're creating the content, you can use it afterwards. And when I'm saying afterwards, it doesn't have to be that day or the day afterwards. It can be a week later. Yeah, you can repurpose content anytime that you like to actually build your brand, build awareness. Okay, you could turn it and play it out on Instagram, yeah, or on TikTok. Yeah, the video that I'm doing on YouTube today could end up on any broadcasting channel. Okay, and I need the glasses again. Okay, and thank you for the comment. Post-stream activities are important. They are all part of it. It's not just the 45, 50 minutes you're live. It's what you do afterwards that counts as well. Because you're creating content, that content is deserving of a wider audience. Now, the next topics I've grouped together because these are the 4 C's and these are crucial in actually making an impact and exploding your live stream audience. They are consistency. Okay, and I'm going to come back to these. Collaborations, continuous improvement, community building, and those 4 C's are the bedrock of building an audience now and for the future. When you're building an audience, not just for today, it is looking forward. Yeah, it is basically building for the future, and you do it step by step. People often ask, when's the best time to start live broadcasting? Well, the answer is now. Just do it. The sooner you start, the better. Okay. And the 4 C's, practice the 4 C's. And eventually what will happen is that people come to know you and you or your brand or your company's brand, and they will look out for you. And I always go live at the same time every week. I'm always live. Well, I'm live with this broadcast at 10 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday. I'm live on Amazon Live at 11 a.m. Eastern Mondays and Tuesdays now. Okay, I'm live with a show tomorrow called Blabbing for Britain, which is episode 419 tomorrow. A team of 3 of us have been broadcasting together for, we're now 9th year now, and that's broadcasting virtually every week. And we've built up the Blabbing for Britain brand, and it's known on Facebook, it's known on LinkedIn, and basically it is a work in progress because you never get to where you want to go. You're always on a journey. So let's rewind. That's what you're going to hear about during this live broadcast. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back. If I can get this working, and I'm just going to bring this up here, and there we are. So you can read it, and I can read it. I'll put my glasses on, and we're underway, and we're going to start with getting to grips with this. And I want to say hello to my good friend, Alec. in Sweden. And thank you for joining me, Alec. Alec and I enjoy each other's company. We broadcast together, and we learn from each other. I think that's fair to say. We do learn from each other, and that's the whole thing about building an audience and building a network. And Alec again, and Alec is saying he appreciates my consistency. Well, basically, consistency works two ways. I know when I'm going to go live during the week, and that is at least 5 times a week on a consistent schedule. So Amazon Live, OneStream Live, Blubbing for Britain, and Ask Angelica. Those are the shows we do on a regular weekly basis. And it means that you can actually say, right, okay, Stephen's going to be live at 4 p.m. Alex, I can pop in at any time for the next 45 minutes. That's the sort of situation you want to get to, where people who know you're going to be live and will pop in on your broadcast, and it's friends meeting friends. Okay, let's rewind, shall we? So I think we've done the introduction, and this is what we're talking about today. And all these build up to actually be able to explode your live stream audience. And I'm gladdened to see that our audience on Facebook, this program, as I say, live on YouTube, and it's got an audience on YouTube, it has an audience on Facebook, it has an audience on LinkedIn and on Twitter, and people come to watch on the live show. Thank you, Alec and KJD, for watching live, and to anybody else who's watching live, welcome. If you want to say who you are and where you're from, then please do, and I'll feature you on screen. And like I did with KJD, I'll leave the comment on screen for a couple of minutes so everybody gets to know you. Right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is understanding your audience. Okay, basically, when you decide that you're going to have a live broadcast, you've got to decide the area of expertise that you're actually going to share. Now, my expertise just happens to be in live broadcasting, happens to be in park running and fitness. It happens to be in reading and music, but live video is my thing. I mean, show me a camera and I'm live. So talk to your expertise. That's the key thing to do. It is very difficult when you're getting going just to get to grips with what you want to talk about. But we all have experienced in our lives things that we want to share with people. And it might be a point of view, it might be a topic, it could be anything you like. This is your broadcast. You're in control. You set the tone. You actually set the pace. You set everything when you're live. Everything comes from you. The comments are in reaction to what you're doing on screen. So the more, I was going to say up for it, but the more in the mood you are, the better it is. But you have to know your audience. Okay, now if you were basically presenting as a seminar, then you would have to be in a serious mode. Okay, it doesn't mean you can't be light-hearted, but you have to be in a serious mode. You have to know your audience. It's no use talking about cricket to anybody outside England. Okay, I mean, I can talk about cricket, I can talk about Lancashire, I can talk about England, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand. I can unite all those countries, and my topic of cricket would play well in India, in Pakistan, and South Africa, because those are cricketing nations. But if I went to the USA, or I went to, well, cricket is increasingly played in a lot of different countries, and it is an interest of mine since I was yay high, and I love to talk about cricket, but it's not for everybody. So pick a topic, pick something you're interested in. The other thing is, you don't want to get found out. You've got to be able to take questions from the floor. Ali may well pose a question during this live broadcast. I've got to take it and try and do my best to answer it, which means I've got to know what I'm talking about. And if I don't know what I'm talking about, like I didn't last week, I put my hand up because I didn't know the ins and outs, totals ins and outs. I knew my view, and I learned about micro celebrities. last week. Oh, right. Okay. And something else I can talk about is my favorite football team. I was born in Burnley in Lancashire, and Burnley have a team. And the football team were in the Premiership for this one season. And they've now got relegated down to the Championship, but they're the finest team. Well, they are one of the finest teams in the country. Thank you, Alec, for the reminder. Okay, so pick a topic that you're actually interested in and make sure that you can answer questions on it. Okay, and that's all around understanding your audience. So when it comes to optimizing your content, okay, one of the things that I always do, yeah, when I'm doing this show on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, I start on a Monday. I'm going to put my hand up here. On a Monday, to optimize my content, I go over to a facility which is available to everybody, and I go out to ChatGPT. I'm not looking for it to write a script for me. No. What I'm looking is to build an agenda for this broadcast so that everything I talk about is relevant. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that we learn so much that we don't know what we know. And ChatGPT, if you ask it the right questions, I asked it 3 questions today about the topic, and it came up with a list of about 40 different things I could talk about, and I cherry-picked. I picked out the items that you can see on screen now. And that, basically, that is built with the help of ChatGPT. So I give ChatGPT the question. So I just say, tell me about exploding your live stream audience. Yeah, that was the first question. And ChatGPT comes up with a list of paragraphs, not phrases, a list of phrases and paragraphs about each one. Now, the ones that I have knowledge of go into the list. The ones that I don't, I read upon and are there for the next time. And Alec is basically saying, yes, ideation with GPT. Yeah, get all your ideas in order. ChatGPT is brilliant for this. Yeah, ChatGPT could not present a live broadcast, but what it can do is help you build your agenda for a broadcast. An agenda is so important to a live broadcast. Thank you, Alec. Agenda is so important to a live broadcast because what you're actually doing is at the beginning of this show, I showed this agenda on screen and I went through it quickly rather, so I could go through it slowly later in the broadcast. But it means that people who are watching the first few minutes of this live broadcast know what I'm going to be talking about and know the topics I'm going to be talking about. And that's all through ChatGPT. So I said, tell me about explode your live stream audience. That was one. And then my second question, which I've integrated into this, is I asked ChatGPT, why do people watch live video? Yeah. And I got some of the answers, and those have been incorporated into today's agenda. So today's agenda is actually made up of 3 questions that I put to ChatGPT, and using my knowledge and expertise, I put together lists that we're working our way through now. And these, to me, are the key points in relation to actually building an audience quickly and to building an audience long term. The two are synonymous because if you get it right and you start to attract an audience and you start to build a reputation, then more and more people will actually engage with you and follow you. Okay, right. Okay, now optimize your content. Use ChatGPT, and I'll do that on a Monday. Tuesday, I read through everything that ChatGPT has prepared, and then Wednesday morning, I actually put together the agenda, and then I put it on the card here. I use Canva, and that card from Canva then appears in my live broadcast, so I can actually talk about it. It's also sent to OneStream Live well before the broadcast goes live, so that the staff at OneStream Live and my friends at OneStream Live know what I'm going to be talking about. Yeah, so it's for information for OneStream Live. It's for information for me, and it helps when basically promoting the broadcast. Okay, right. Okay, personality and presentation. One of the joys, I watch a lot of live video. One of the joys of live video is that we're all different. We all have different ways of presenting, and we tend to play to our strengths. So when we're live, people are seeing us at our best, yeah, which is the way it should be. It's not always possible, but you should try to be the best self that you can be and be open and honest. Now, back in the day, and we're only going back 9 years, there were people who were becoming successful on live video, and what we all did, and hand on heart, I did the same, is we looked at what people were doing, we looked at the people who were successful, and we said, you know what? I'm going to copy what they do. I've got news for you. My friends and I decided this does not work. You can copy somebody's style, but it's not your style until you make it your own. Yeah. I watched, when I went on Amazon Live, which is now 2.5 years ago, I had never sold a thing. Never. I was not a salesman. And I've got it. It's a true story. My good friend Marco Novo, who is, we broadcast live quite frequently, went onto Amazon Live in the March of 2022, and over to Alec, and Alec is saying, improvement, increase size of agenda text so it's readable on mobile. Thank you for that. I'm going to put it full screen just for a second. Yeah, I must be more cognizant of basically my audience who are watching on mobile phone, as 80% of people do now watch on mobile phone. That's a good point. Let's take that on board, and next week's agenda will either have larger text or fewer items, Alex, but I will take that on board and we will improve things. Yeah, point taken. You never ending improvement. So thank you. Okay, and I come here. So personality and presentation. You can't, as I said, we all try to copy people who are successful. It doesn't work. You have to be yourself, because you can't pretend to be somebody else. And nowadays we've got so much video and everybody is themselves. And I went on Amazon and I scared myself. My first broadcast on Amazon lasted 5 minutes, because I thought, I'm on the world's third largest website, and here I am 2.5 years later, and it's taking to it like a duck to water. I really enjoy broadcasting on Amazon. It does take time, and I know we said explode your audience. We didn't say straight away. We did say these are tips which will help you, and just be yourself, just be natural, tell your stories, involve people, show the comments on screen, get people involved and interested in what you're doing. And if you get questions from the audience, do your best to answer them, but be yourself, be genuine. Yeah. Now, this is not basically, this is not the full answer. The full answer actually lies within you and the way you actually adapt, adopt, and improve. So personality and presentation, I just think, right, I just want to end on this bit. It's your presentation, it's your presentation skills, which you will learn over time, which is what I've done on Amazon. And it's the way your personality comes across. Okay, now just a few keys on this. One, your voice is important. You've got to be. I've got many friends, one of whom is called Simon Raybould, and Simon Raybould lives up in the Northeast, and he is a coach, but he is a presenter. He coaches people to present. You know, when you go to a seminar and people are up on stage, There's a seminar tomorrow, which is taking place in Birmingham, and it's being run. It's all about video. And if you, well, put a link in, I'll put a link on my profile later. I'll share it. But Nick Nimin will be there, amongst others. Basically, Simon teaches people how to present. And I was very fortunate that I interviewed Simon 4 times. And every time I interviewed him, I learned something. This is a learned skill. Yeah. Ask me to stand up in front of 1,000 people. No, thank you. Ask me to go live in front of an audience, potential audience of a lot. Then I can do this. This is what I do. This is what I enjoy doing. And hopefully that comes across in the video itself. Okay. Right. So be yourself and be in the mood. Okay. Now, the broadcasting system, you've got a choice of broadcasting systems. You could go for OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster, or, yeah, the list is endless. But I would suggest to you, because this is a OneStream live broadcast, is if you're looking for a system that's going to help you and allow you to show images on screen, to play videos, to share screen, to show text on screen, to show comments on screen, to integrate, to have 10 people on screen, then OneStream is the candidate. The other thing is that OneStream, I've just launched a OneStream mobile, and the OneStream mobile app is, well, we've got a word in the UK, swish. It's just so sweet. OneStream have got a OneStream Studio, which allows you to actually go live from mobile from anywhere in the world, and it works on Android phone, and it works on Android, any Android phone, and it works on iPad and on iPhone. Check it out. Just type in OneStream Mobile and you'll find it on the Play Store. You'll find it on Google Play, and download it. Just try it. It works out the box. Single person broadcasting from anywhere to anywhere. And because this is OneStream Live, you can actually broadcast from your mobile phone to up to 45 different destinations. Okay. The other thing is, as I said earlier, once this count to 10, carry on. When this broadcast is finished, the recording is in OneStream on OneStream Live, and I will then replay it at 2 p.m. Eastern today to 14 destinations, but it could go up to 45. Okay. So let's go back to our agenda. And if I go here, right, I need to slow down a bit, Alec. Right, I got ahead of myself, got too enthusiastic about OneStream, if that were at all possible. Right, okay. It's a broadcasting system. I suggest OneStream Live. There are other systems out there, but if you trust me, I would say OneStream Live. And you just need to type in OneStream Live into a browser. That's it. Okay, optimize your stream titles and descriptions. Let's just take a look at this. And I'm going to go here. Okay. Optimizing your stream title and description. Before you go live, the only thing that people can do is look at your image and read the text. Yeah. This is key to actually attracting people in. You have to, in the show card, tell people what you're going to be broadcasting about. This is about growing your live stream audience fast. And you can't get more succinct than that. And I'm grateful to the OneStream graphics team for actually coming up with this, because it's, well, I love it. And then the title of the show from Shazeen, Explode Your Live Stream Audience, Pro Tips and Strategies. So those two together say what this broadcast is all about. And the text that goes underneath, which you can see on YouTube right now, was written by OneStream, and it draws attention to the major reasons why you should actually tell people. I know it sounds, this is stating the obvious. Show card, which actually tells succinctly what you're on about, and then a paragraph underneath which says what you're going to talk about. And it must be on topic. Okay, it shouldn't be clickbait, it should be on topic. And the information that's under this video on YouTube now was actually written by copywriters at OneStream Live. And it does point to what I'm going to be talking about today. So optimize it. There is no problem with running, right? Okay. Pro tip again. Okay. If I'm creating my own copy for show promotion, I use Grammarly. Grammar.ly. Not ChatGPT. I don't, but I'm a firm believer that if I put something out there, it should have been written by me. Okay. The exception, of course, is the ideation, which was talked about a few minutes ago. But if I put text out, I want it written by me, but I want it to be grammatically correct, which means that I have an annual subscription to a program called Grammarly, and I can write in my own words what this broadcast is about, and it will be grammatically correct. If I miss out a comma or a full stop or a colon, if I spell something correctly, all that is taken care of by Grammarly. The other thing that Grammarly does is it actually basically it gets a sense of what you're talking about, and it can rephrase things for you, which is handy. I sometimes use too many words. Yeah, I can blab for Britain. I can write too much text. Using Grammarly means that everything's on point. Yeah, so grammar, GRAMMAR.ly, to get the text. Own it. Punctuation correct, spelling correct, and in English, or whatever language you're using. Okay, very important. Because it's all about presentation, and the presentation's got to be right. If you if the presentation isn't right, then you're going to lose out on people who would watch you, because we're looking these days, we know there are so many competitors out there that you have to get everything on point, and you have to make sure that when you put together, I'm just going to put this over here so Alec can see part of it. When you put together your running order or your agenda, yeah, just make sure that it makes sense. So titles and descriptions. Promote your streams. As I said, you can start promoting your stream as soon as you've scheduled it. In this day of actually scheduling broadcasts in advance, then you can promote any time before the broadcast. I would suggest that the day before the broadcast is probably one of the prime times, so that people can say, yes, Stephen's live at 10 a.m. Eastern on a Wednesday. But they can do that on Tuesday, they can set aside time. So promote, and promote it everywhere. Okay, there is basically, even though I'm broadcasting on YouTube today, I can promote on Twitter, I can promote on Instagram, I can promote on Threads, I can even promote on X, or formerly known as Twitter. People seem to have adopted that now. Okay, and then whilst you're live, and this is the whilst you're live side of it. I did talk about this earlier, but engaging your audience is key. If people do make a comment, especially about Burnley, which is where I hail from, then show it on screen and talk about it. Yeah, Burnley is my hometown. Thank you, Alec. And thank people. Yeah, like, let's go back a moment, that we're being watched today, or earlier today, we're being watched by KJD Photography, who are in Johannesburg in South Africa, and they use an ATEM Mini Pro using RTMP on OneStream Live, which we celebrated. So if I go here, we'll come back to the agenda, and there is I've got a time slot for this. So engage with your audience. Post-stream activities, I've talked about this at the top, but there are two major things that you can do after this broadcast. Three things. One, I should go to YouTube after this, and I should say hello to Alec and to KJD. Yeah. I should monitor any comments made on the YouTube broadcast. Likewise, when I go live with the replay tonight this afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, I will be in the integrated unified chat on OneStream talking to people whilst I'm live. So that's the first thing. The replay. The money is in the replay. We know that the vast majority of viewers of any broadcast watch it when they want to. Not necessarily when I'm broadcasting, not necessarily when the broadcast is broadcasting, when they see it in their timeline. Yeah. And the other thing is that views may not be on the day. Yeah. I mean, Blabbing for Britain goes out on Thursdays at 10 a.m. in the UK. A bit early on the East Coast because it'll be 5 o'clock. But Blabbing for Britain goes out at 10 a.m. every week. And we know that people watch it on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. The audience will watch the replay. The other thing that you can do is, if you have in the broadcast that you do, if you have topics that you're talking about, and you can break that down into the agenda, into the bullet points, then you can have snippets of the video and repurpose those all around the web, linking back to the original broadcast or to the next broadcast. You do repurpose your content. Live video is the best way to create content. Repurpose it everywhere. On point. Build your brand. Okay, and I'm just going to go here. Okay, and I'm going to take the next section together, because this is the 4 C's. Consistency, collaboration, continuous improvement, and community building. And Alec was able to read this earlier because he got the continuous improvement. If you adopt as your mantra the 4 C's, consistency, collaborations, continuous improvement, and community building, you will build an audience. Consistency. And in broadcasting, because we can schedule forward, you can go live on the same day at the same time every week. You can also go live at the same time every weekday if you want, or Saturday and Sunday, as long as you're consistent. We love consistency. I love to know that my favorite television program is on Saturday night at 9 o'clock. I love to know when Marco is broadcasting on Amazon, because I go and chat to him. We need, if we can predict, if we can be consistent, if people can not quite set their watch by us, but can actually know when we're going to go live. And I've got questions that I'm going to take now. Right, okay. And okay, Alec, I just realized that my comments actually scroll. What is the best period of time to announce your broadcast for live sessions? There are people who say schedule a week in advance, announce it on the day, and then 3 days before, and then the day before, and then on the day itself. That would be an ideal sequence. So 7, 3, 1 day. So 4 times. If you're scheduling 3 days in advance, then I would go 3 days before, 1 day before, and on the day. I'm remiss in this. I should take my own advice. And if you're being consistent, Alec, 48 hours would be enough. Yeah, I mean, we've all got 48 hours is certainly enough for it to be picked up on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on YouTube. So yeah, I mean, basically, if as soon as you schedule a broadcast on YouTube, your subscribers get notified if they've opted in. If you schedule an event on Facebook and you tell people 48 hours before the event, yeah, that's a good idea. What I'm going to do, you probably get several messages from me next week, Alec, because I'm going to test this out. So consistency, go live at the same time. Collaborations, and this, I'm going to bring a photograph here. When you're broadcasting, let's let me scroll down here, and I'm going to show this on screen. And just give me a second. Just let me go here. And I never tire of actually showing this on screen. And I'm going to bring it over here. The second C is collaboration. And this is a magical C, because this can bring the X factor to your live broadcast. And these are my friends. And the top left is Nick Wood from England. And then Chris de Boven is in Belgium. My good friend is Joe Shepherd is in Ireland. Brigitte Dembanda is in South Africa. Chap called, it comes to me, he's a magician. Right, and then Marco Novo. Basically, all these people, Grant Saunders. So we've got 6 people there, 7 people on screen. Collaboration is a brilliant thing to do. Bring people in, and this is live. It was live on OneStream. We're going to do this again soon, where I can get everybody together. But collaboration, use the C word, yeah, and bring people in to actually help you make your point. Okay, so collaboration is the second C. The third C is continuous improvement, and this goes back to what Alex said earlier when he suggested that I improve the size of my agenda so it's legible on mobile. So thank you, Alec. You should be. The broadcast that you're doing now should be, and I just want to hide that. I just need to, yep. The broadcast that you're doing now should be better than your last broadcast. The broadcast that you're planning to do next week should be better than this week's broadcast. Small changes. Okay, now this could be a change in appearance, it could be a change in microphone, it could be a change in set. I mean, you could, for argument's sake. I'm just waiting for this to happen. You could, for argument's sake, just change your background. Yeah, you can make improvements. Oh, this is the Courts Garden in Wiltshire, which is a former industrial estate, and it's been turned into an English garden. It's actually looked after by the National Trust. So as you can see, what I'm actually doing here is I have a green screen background, and it means that I can swap pictures, and I can show you, if I can find it, just a minute. I've got about 100 images here. I'm just going to go down and find one of them, and I'm going to show it on screen, that one. This is where I live, but this is close to where I live. This is, of course, is Stonehenge. And the thing is, you can actually change the whole tenor of a broadcast. I mean, somebody's tuning in on YouTube now is going to think that I'm talking about Stonehenge, when in actual fact, what I'm talking about is this. Today's broadcast is all about grow your live stream audience fast. So our next C, the 4 C's. So bring the C's back up on screen, go over here. Our next C is continuous improvement, just little changes every broadcast that you do. Yeah. If you just do it, just continue to improve what you're doing. Change your camera, change your microphone, change your set. Okay, and change your set. And I just want to distract from what I'm doing. I'm going to go here. Okay, so now at Salisbury Cathedral. Community building. Now, one of the things that you should have in every broadcast is a call to action. And that call to action should be purely and simple. Help build your community. Now, I'm here to help build the OneStream Live community. And I would suggest, I've got a comment coming in, and KJD, thank you. Oh, wow. Okay, I've just learned something. I love this. Should be a call to action. Okay, and the situation with a call to action is it can be anything, but what I suggested is building your community. Now is the best time to start building community on Facebook or anywhere. People who watch your broadcast should be able to chat to you during the week. Let's face it, I'm live on here an hour a week. What happens during the other 143 hours, working days? What happens the rest of the week, the other 7 days, 6 days? I need to finish soon. Basically, if you build a community, a virtual community on Facebook, the easiest place to do it, invite people in to actually join you there. You can talk about the common interests that you've got. So that's what you should be doing. And if I go here, okay, so we've got our 4 C's. Remember them: consistency, collaboration, continuous improvement, and community building. And I'm going to come back to me. Right, at every step of the process. And for those, the software I'm using is vcam.ai. That's the background removal software. Vcam, VCAM.ai. Throughout all this, whichever platform you're broadcasting on, be it Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or Twitter, there are metrics. And I'm going to keep this simple. Basically, you want to do better this broadcast than you did on your last broadcast every time. Small increments, increase your audience, increase your reputation. Now, I'm going to take a comment, and I want the comment to feature on screen. So I'm going to have a plain background, and here we are. And comment, and this is brilliant. KJD is still here, been here at the beginning, so thank you for watching all the way through. And I'm originally from Swindon. Good to see the images. Oh, wow. Memories, yeah. Yeah, Salisbury, Stonehenge. I'm so fortunate. I mean, you're from Swindon. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. It's a small world, isn't it, really? Yeah. I mean, I hail from Burnley, and I've been in Wiltshire now for 12 years. And as I say, I've got friends over in South Africa. And KJD moved to South Africa many years ago. I can understand why he wanted to leave. On certain days, I can understand why he wants to leave, but I'm so glad you actually hopped in today. And thank you. I'll check out your channel afterwards. If you want to drop your channel link in, please do. To Alec and to KJD, to everybody who's watched live, thank you. If you're watching this on the replay, big thank you. This has been Stephen live in Wiltshire, England, broadcasting on OneStream Live. Don't forget, OneStream's got a mobile app. This has been Stephen. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you all again next week.